Hey guys, are you setting yourself up to lose? One of the things I've really realised is that most people actually set themselves up to lose and to feel bad about themselves. And I have been doing it for years and I didn't realise I was doing it. And it does take a little bit of effort and some sort of a game plan to actually change that. But that I had no idea I was doing it for years. It was like sabotaging myself as I'm going along to make myself feel bad as I go. And I wasn't acknowledging any of the progress I was doing, and I wasn't actually doing anything to help myself feel good or to feel that I was making progress. And I think that's been one of the game changers for me, is that you can actually set yourself up to win. You can actually set yourself up to feel good about yourself, to increase your confidence, and to see how much progress you're actually making, and just enjoy that journey of progress. Because progress is the goal. Obviously you set the goal at the end so that once you hit the big goal, you can see all the progress all the way along until you got there. But that if you don't actually set the goals, nothing happens. But I used to set goals and make myself feel bad because I didn't get them. So every day I used to say, well, I don't have the million euros or pounds or dollars or whatever it is, that I don't have that. And it just that meant that every day, all I was saying to myself was, you don't have the $1,000,000. You don't have the €1,000,000. And that each day I went by, that doesn't do anything to help me feel good about myself, give myself a pat on the back. But that I never actually saw that. I was so focused on the goal. And anytime I got a goal, then I went, oh yeah, got a goal. What's the new goal? I never celebrated the little wins, never celebrated the getting those goals, and I never gave myself a pat on the back for it. And that was one of the big things for me, is that you have to figure out some sort of system to make yourself feel good and to help you feel good about where you're going and what you're doing. And for me, that started with literally writing down my little wins every day. If you've got a couple of things you want to do every day, you do those. And you write them down. So that can be, I really wanted to ring that business person, and I ring them. I really wanted to ring that person who's further along in whatever business it is, because they might have some good advice. Then you do that. You get some feedback. Whereas before, it was, how do I talk to this person? I didn't see that it's actually the process of getting along and talking to all these other people until you get there to talk to that person or to get that big goal, whatever it is. And that, essentially, I had never thought about it that way. Essentially, are you actually setting yourself up to lose and to feel bad about yourself? Because that'd be insane. But that's what I was doing. I think, to be honest with you, I think that's what a lot of people are doing. But for me, I can only really speak for myself, that when I'm actually looking at things now, I look at the goals, where I want to go, and you set time frames and all those sorts of things, but it's about enjoying the journey from here to there. And it doesn't happen overnight. And for anyone out there who's struggling and can't see how it's going to happen, all I would say to you is, don't worry too much about it. Did you learn something new today? Do you know more than you knew last month? Do you know more than you knew 6 months ago? Because once you can actually start something and keep moving, and actually write those little wins down, and I've gotten to it now each day or each month, I have a list of, shall we say, 10 things to do each day that help me feel better about myself. And some of those are like, eat a piece of fruit, go for a run, do some push-ups, write a blog, create a video, all of those things. And that you don't put it down as in create a video. It can be record a video, produce a video, edit a video, put the video on YouTube, put the video on Facebook. Because now you've got 5 or 6 things that you've actually done, instead of recording a video and put it online. That's one thing. And that I don't say this in a way to kind of say, well, delude yourself. I say this as in you have to take certain steps to help you feel good about what you're doing. And that for anybody who has shall we say, found themselves in a position where they're in a job or doing something that they don't particularly enjoy, and they go out there and they want to get involved in internet marketing or find a new job or find a new course or do something different, it's even more important for you to find ways of actually making yourself feel good. Because you will go into those things and you will expect yourself to be there overnight. You will expect yourself to have all the success and all the knowledge overnight. And I'm here saying, you need to come up with something that's going to help you feel good between now and whenever it is you get that goal. You will get that goal, and it's just to commit to getting that goal. Once you commit to it, you know it's coming. You don't feel bad about it. You just enjoy the steps along the way. And stop making yourself feel bad, will you? I still have to say this to myself on a regular basis, because I set out to do something, set myself up really well, and I'll get to the goal at the end of it, and then I kind of go, yeah, okay, what's next? But that's no way there's no way to help yourself feel good. If you set out to do something, celebrate it. And that can be celebrating it with just having a cup of tea with a good friend, or having fish and chips or a burger or something. It just means that you do something to mark that occasion. It doesn't have to be go out and spend loads of money. It just means that you have to get in that habit of celebrating your wins. And whether that be I put up my first video on YouTube and I was terrified, or I have 100 videos and they're up there, or I can find myself on the internet now and I'm not afraid of what other people find when they look at me. Essentially, everybody starts out terrified with whatever it is they want to do. But that set yourself up with some way of feeling good. So create that list. 2 or 3 things today that you can do that you will feel good about, because they are steps towards whatever it is you want to do. They don't have to be huge. So just pick a few things, see if you can set yourself up to win. Instead, and ask yourself, have you been setting yourself up to lose? Have you been giving yourself a hard time? Have you got really, really high standards? And every time you don't get to the standard, you give yourself grief over it. Whereas you need to actually say, well, some days you get to 98%. Do you know what? 98% is fantastic. Are you going to feel good about 98%? Or are you going to feel crap about the 2% you didn't get?